David Beckham.
Overrated.
Wow.
Crossing
David
merchant.
Beckham, legend, football legend,
They're
fashion
getting-
legend.
He's getting their
everything
stadium
legend.
now. Miami FC's getting their
Yes,
stadium
they
now.
are. Is David Beckham the most influential footballer of all time?
No.
Pure influence.
I think he was like kind of like the godfather of like influential footballers.
Godfather.
I don't think he's the most influential.
Define influence.
I think
If he's Godfather,
influence is
then-
like global appeal. Like, think about it. Like,
No, wait. At his time,
Yeah.
his time when he was in his prime, I would say maybe.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the
Yes.
godfather. He
Maybe.
like kind of started
Maybe.
influential football.
I don't think
stop,
the way
bro.
he
You got-
played influenced
No.
was the most influential. I think it was just like
yeah.
him as like a public figure.
Yeah.
So
I think he was kind of like the first like footballer to become like a celebrity.
He's
You know
what,
what I
that's
mean?
what I'm
Like
saying.
he's
He's
what
like the
Rashford
godfather.
wishes he'd be.
yeah, like he became like a celebrity, and it's like he
Yeah.
grew the game a lot too in North America when he made that move to LA. Like that was like it was massive, right? And it's like he had like when that move to Madrid too was massive. He was like the first footballer that you started seeing like kind of in more places than just like highlights or like a Nike commercial.
In movies.
Or he was in movies, like he was on like fashion magazines. He was like everywhere.
He was smart.
So I guess in that sense, as like an influential figure, yes, but as a footballer, no. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's
100%.
not the question.
That's
I
not the
asked.
question. Okay, that's fine.
As an influential figure,
Figure, yeah.
1999 on
Yeah.
top of the world, marries a Spice Girl, which immediately boosts his
Yeah.
like public image to the sky. Goes to Madrid, has every haircut possible,
Doesn't win anything.
has white kids wanting cornrows, long hair tied up, pony up, short hair, buzz.
Graham Souness would have had a
One-
field day.
went to LA Galaxy, blockbuster signing. No one knew what MLS was before he got there. I didn't.
It's true.
Did you? I didn't. I had no idea.
yeah, that
Landon
TFC
Donovan
was
was
the
there.
thing then.
I only knew because I got a little TSC ball signed by Danny Dichio from Into Sports.
When Beckham joined LA Galaxy, that was TSC's first season.
Yeah.
So
Fresh.
I didn't know what MLS was.
No ball
Fish
knowledge.
off the boat.
Model,
Mm.
what, H&M,
Yeah.
everything, Adidas.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the biggest Adidas athletes of all time.
Still is.
He's
Yeah.
got cologne too, no?
Yeah,
He has
Cologne.
everything.
Yeah.
Calvin
Probably
Klein,
got
no?
boxers. Yeah, Calvin
No.
Klein.
Some kind of underwear. But yeah, anyways.
Some kind of
Yeah,
mutans.
he did have underwear
now,
too, right?
Name someone
Boutons.
more influential.
Ronaldo.
It's gonna be Ronaldo.
He has his own brand.
Most Instagram followers ever in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
He has
Okay,
his own
but
underwear line. He has all these lines.
You
It's-
can't
That's it,
you
underwear.
can't say you can't use that as an argument because Ronaldo is still playing football. Like if Beckham was playing
No,
now,
but think about it. He's still playing football. And
They
he's
were
still
different-
Doing that.
they were different
If he
times,
was
though.
out of playing football, and what he would like, imagine what he's gonna do when he's out of football.
Wait, if Beckham was playing now, he wouldn't start.
okay, what?
No, but
So he
I
wouldn't
think
be as
I think
influential.
what you're trying to say is like the times now are a lot more. Like Instagram didn't exist
No,
in
but
1999.
and Beckham's the third most followed footballer
yeah.
ever. And
And
he's not playing.
And social media like wasn't a thing when he was like at his
no,
peak,
but he did a
you
good
know?
job of selling his brand. But the
Yeah.
thing is that Ronaldo did that earlier. He did it before he started retiring and then his
Yeah.
career because he sold. Did you hear he sold like I'm sure you guys know he sold his like his rights to his like his visual rights whatever to the owner of Valencia Soccer Club.
Really?
He's a Chinese guy. He's like one of the most richest guy in China. But
Peter Lim?
he sold his like facial rights to like him. Like if anyone ever wants to use his image in anything, they have to contact this guy. But this guy grew his image in China,
Yeah.
and look how many people are following him now from China because of his
Yeah.
growth
Remember the Shopee video? Shopee.
Oh
Shopee.
yeah.
and all of his like all of his marketing, all of his branding is all from coming from there. So like he knows like what he did was benefited him, and like
That's true. Yeah.
his Instagram is growing too because he posts about lifestyle, he posts about family, he posts about football. You know what I mean? So like his brand kind of appeals to everyone. You know, people who like to look at family photos about like family things. Like
Yeah.
he has a family, like he grows it. People who like fitness. You know, he's a big fitness
He's
model.
fit. Yeah.
People who love soccer are gonna follow him.
He's
Like
fit.
He's fit.
so,
he's
he,
fit.
he's selling his brand now. So
Wouldn't know.
who knows what he could do when he's done football?
It's true.
Like Beckham did it later on in his career, but that's true though because the marketing wasn't there for
Wasn't
social
a
media.
thing. Yeah.
But what he was able to do back then is
It's like Ronaldo followed the
crazy.
playbook. You know?
I'll,
crazy.
I'll,
He
I'll
followed the
agree
playbook.
with what Spatty said. He kind of paved the way.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the godfather of.
kind of because
Influential
Fatty likes that.
he's like he
He
did
is, though.
grandfather.
he showed like footballers what they could
Godfather.
become like
The
they could become like models instead of like being like I own a vineyard Who's that one
Pirlo
guy
got a
that's like a big-
vineyard?
Pirlo.
Pirlo.
No, Barzagli.
Iniesta too.
Iniesta.
Yeah.
Isn't
Bro.
Barzagli?
Oh,
Who's the other footballer that went to Arsenal? He's like a billionaire
Flamini.
now.
He's a philanthropist.
Flamini, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like they do their stuff like away from cameras, but like
Very low
Beckham
key.
was like one of the first players to like
That's
still
what
be on the spotlight and be a celebrity still.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think.
you know what I mean? Flamini's rich, but he's not a celebrity.
Yeah.
Pirlo has his vineyard there, but like no one looks at let's get Pirlo on like the next.
He's
Cologne.
He's not marketable.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo is. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I think definitely like Beckham was the first one to do it. Kind of like push the kind of give the idea to footballers. Oh, there's more than just football. I can create my own brand. I can be something out of football.
so I guess theoretically he would be the most influential because he influenced
The
all the other
footballers.
footballers
yeah.
to do what he did first.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
I guess.
The Godfather.
I think it's Beckham, man.
I don't know, man. Y'all,
People are wearing long sleeves because of Beckham.
It's true, man.
who?
Footballers,
Griezmann?
footballers, yeah.
Griezmann? Who else?
Some players wore
Me and
nose
Dave
strips
in
because of Neymar,
2016,
right?
man.
Like, you guys gotta look into the history of David Beckham, man. Like,
Are you a big David Beckham fan?
no, I just understand the greatness. Like 1998, he was the most hated person on the planet, or in England. You know why?
Why?
Because he got a red card against Argentina in the World Cup.
Okay.
Like, he was on every newspaper in the country, like wanting him like.
That's just
for
toxic
dead.
British
yeah,
media.
That's just
What?
British media, man. Terrible.
Exactly.
Exactly what?
Maguire's always
Influential.
on those.
In 2022, it's 1998, and
We're trapped.
I think if you asked, let's say, the average woman in America, who do they know? David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo? More will know
Ronaldo.
David Beckham.
No.
Hold on.
That's a hot
How
take
old
right
are
there.
these women you're asking?
Yeah.
30, 40?
Call your mother. Call your mother. Call your mother right now.
No, man.
Who's David Beckham?
No chance.
I think so.
My mom would know who Ronaldo. She doesn't know who David Beckham is.
I think she would know who David Beckham
No, she doesn't.
I
My
don't
mother
think
does
my mom
not
would
know
know
who
both.
David
I don't
But
think.
my mom
I
does
don't think
not.
my mom. She really thought about maybe, but like
She doesn't know David.
she knows who Ronaldo is. Obviously, because he's still playing and whatnot. But he's all over Spanish news too, still, right? Because like everyone talks about him.
Realistically, women know both.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I think like if
Ronaldo.
there's one that doesn't know both,
No, that's Ronaldo.
No,
that's
it's
like
Ronaldo.
the average
It's Ronaldo.
American woman.
100% it's
The
Ronaldo,
thing is,
man.
we're asking right now where Ronaldo is the biggest. If we gotta, there has to be like a way to go back, like maybe like
doesn't work like
5 years.
No, it doesn't.
Obviously,
His
it
question,
doesn't work like that.
Jay's question is who's the most right now?
It's right now. It's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It has to be Ronaldo.
Right now, yeah.
He said all
Come
time.
All time, Ronaldo.
All time price still Ronaldo. That's why he's the most followed.
Okay, but you can't use that
It
argument.
has to
though.
be.
You
What
can't.
else you gonna use?
Okay, but that you can't use that as your main argument though,
Mm.
But what else can you use?
because like he started his career is like taking off in the social media era. Beckham was done playing
Yeah.
when social media started,
But he's still
The
part
only-
of the
and he
social
still
media.
has hundreds of millions of followers.
The only other argument is that when it comes down to who is the most influential in football, it's Ronaldo.
That's not the question I asked.
But in football, it's Ronaldo. But
Okay,
in worldwide,
Still Ronaldo.
it's I think it's Ronaldo because just the football itself is
Oh.
leaning towards Ronaldo.
Imagine Ronaldo was back in those times with David Beckham, and he was influential in football. He would have more than him, 100%.
Oh, it's hard to say.
You don't think Ronaldo would have more than Benzema, than Beckham? And adding that he's influential in football, Beckham wasn't really influential in football. He had his free kicks and stuff. But Ronaldo
just
right
British.
now,
British tax.
I'm not saying that didn't help, but that doesn't take away from it.
doesn't take away from it, but just adding that into it, adding Ronaldo's influence in football.
I know he's a better footballer.
No, but
they
like-
had a pretty similar
but
career.
that-
They both played for United, both played for Madrid. Who was known more from those two teams? If you were to think of United, who do you think of, Ronaldo or Beckham?
If you think of number 7, who do you think
he's
of?
A better footballer.
Yeah, but just in
Okay.
general, I'm just saying, like he's just known. He's more
But
known
that-
in
that's-
general.
that helps
So That
influentially.
would make him more influential.
That would help him. Yeah,
I don't know. You
outside
gotta
of
look
football
at different
too.
like levels of influential.
No, but like
It's
if more people know who Ronaldo is, that means more people know what Ronaldo does,
Mm-hmm.
which means he would be more influential to those people. So that means he has a bigger audience to be more influential to than David Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
His
I-
audience is naturally bigger because we're in 2022.
No, I think the most
Either way.
influential is I think we're all gonna say is Ronaldo, but who
Yeah.
paved the path was definitely Beckham.
Yeah, it's Beckham.
Yeah.
The
That's part
Godfather.
of being influential.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is,
okay.
but I still don't think
He's the most influential.
just because you were the first doesn't mean you can't be surpassed.
Okay.
But do you think Ronaldo would be
Yeah,
able to do
facts.
what he's doing now if it wasn't for Beckham?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe not. We don't
I
know.
think so. I think so.
But that
'Cause
doesn't mean anything. As I just said, they could be surpassed.
Yeah.
I don't think Ronaldo woke up one day. He was like, I want to do what Beckham did.
Low key.
He did his own thing,
I
but
think he just did his
Not
own
even
thing.
that. It's like sometimes it's Beckham taking all like the bashings he had to take
No,
for
but
Ronaldo to succeed, being the pretty boy in
Yeah.
football.
so
Like,
but
someone
Beckham
had-
was a pretty boy too.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
He
He had to take the beating so Ronaldo could.
Thrive.
but now
thrive.
Ronaldo, they were both seen as the pretty boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Beckham was like
and
the
Be-
OG pretty boy.
but you.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
Ronaldo-
think Ronaldo in
the-
back in those times he would be called the pretty boy?
The thing is, Ronaldo did it perfectly. And you could look at someone like Neymar, who is also very influential, but he gets bashed kind of like Beckham. Obviously not as bad, but
I say close.
he does get bashed pretty bad.
He's been
Like,
bashed before by Brazil.
Just because like
Oh, yeah.
Beckham
Yeah.
went through all that doesn't mean Ronaldo couldn't get bashed. Ronaldo just did it right. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Neymar has a pretty comparison. Like he's been bashed a lot. He's still influential. He's still into the whole marketing thing. Like
Does his
his face is a
poker,
his face is a big
NFTs,
fixture. Like
yeah.
in video games, Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
he's trying to be influential to the younger crew,
Yeah.
the younger population. But I feel like Ronaldo still overpassed him because of just I don't know.
It's hard to be
End of
bigger
the day,
than
I feel
Ronaldo,
like
man.
I feel like just the football always comes first.
Messi could have been bigger. He could have been just as good, but he doesn't market himself.
Yeah.
But that tells you the levels that Ronaldo put into himself and his image and his everything.
Yeah.
Because if you think, if football correlates how influential you are, then Messi should have the most influence. But no.
Messi just wanted to be a better footballer.
So now having this conversation, what's your final answer?
Bro, y'all missing out on someone, man. You guys forgot to mention. the
Can't
name,
wait
bro.
till this long.
Matthew-
Y'all forgot to mention
What,
one
Neymar?
name, man. The OG,
It's like
the
Dino?
most famous.
Dino.
Some people would say one of the most famous athletes, Pele, bro. Why y'all forget about Pele?
I don't think he's influential like that.
How?
He's
the way-
influential.
the way
to-
This guy was doing world tours, bro.
No, the way Jay was saying it.
He was doing world tours.
Yeah, but right now, like in 2022, even with all the history from before, it's still Ronaldo or Beckham.
Bro, Pele's one of the most influential athletes. Pele,
To who?
Ali,
To who?
He
to
was.
everyone.
He
He's a
was.
global figure.
Yeah.
But
Back then he
but
was.
Back
This guy's
then,
doing world
but
European
back
tours.
then,
Came to
back-
North America too. Grew the sport there.
Back then.
Back then, bro, Ray
Oh, he
Shrem
was.
said they're the Black Beatles, bro. Pele was the original Black Beatle, bro. Come on, man.
Facts, bro.
He's
This
right.
guy was famous
They were
everywhere. They
legit,
loved him.
They were
bro.
legit begging him
During
to play
peak
World Cup.
racismo too, bro. A black man too.
Yeah.
Being that successful,
And begging him to play in the World Cup.
bro. And his PR, like to this day too, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got PR.
Like the amount of
Hold
PR
it.
that
That's
he
true.
himself spews, not just like
He's got
his
PR,
team. He
yeah.
himself, bro. To this
Yeah.
day,
to this
He's got the most,
to this day,
the
bro.
most goals scored, man.
Bro,
Oh,
most
yeah, I like
goals
that.
scored.
I like that one.
Bro, it's Pele, 100%.
I rock with that. I feel you.
100%,
There. I didn't
you're
even
right.
think of that. Yeah, that's like a different kind of influence.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his influence is mainly football.
Well, he was-
yes.
Nah.
Well, he was like a
Yes.
he was like
But it
a-
came a
He,
lot-
bro,
he was like
bro,
a
He was,
world
hanging, he was
star.
hanging out with like
No, but it-
Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
bro,
Magic
like
Johnson.
when you think
Yeah.
like most influential athletes, you think Pele, Jordan, Ali.
yeah,
Those are like the top three.
yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
That's very true.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna
Facts.
change. But yeah.
It's facts, bro. That's all I gotta say.
No, he was very influential back then. 100%.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in 04, FIFA released like a list, like best 100 players of all time. They made Pele write the list.
Exactly.
Actually,
Yeah.
It's that influential. Bro.
is he number one?
No, it wasn't like ranked. It was just,
Oh.
like top 100.
That's
First
cool.
one for him, he's like, myself.
Remember those backyard goals?
No, but I remember watching like he had like a documentary or something on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're saying like he was the youngest player to be like ever on an ad or anything like that in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Like he was on a Pepsi ad or something. He was like
Yeah,
the youngest player ever.
He had his own boot too.
That was
Back then in the days,
at-
Puma
but,
King.
but I feel like,
but bro, he was known around the world.
Around the
and,
world,
and
bro.
this was
that-
before
that's
so
an
this was
era with
before
nothing.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no social media back in that day too.
No.
I'm
People
saying-
people
he was
in
massive.
Europe knew about him. He was in Brazil.
yes, I know that. I'm just saying, like, yes, at the time, that's crazy.
Well, I
But
think
just like
yeah.
just like Matt says, records are meant to be broken. There's always gonna be a next person.
Yeah, well, I think
There's
you're
gonna be
just looking at
someone.
different
There's gonna be someone better
generations
than
too, right?
than Pele. There's gonna be someone better than
course.
generational
Yeah.
than Ali. There's gonna be someone better than Jordan.
Yeah, it's like you have Ali, you have Mayweather. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have Pele, you have Ronaldo, you have
Yeah.
Beckham. It's like you have these guys from different eras, and they all did something different, like for the sport. Like Pele
Yeah.
grew the sport globally.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he was just a guy from Brazil, but it's like he grew the sport in North America, Europe. He was like
Everywhere.
a world star. Then Beckham was kind of the guy that took that sport that was now growing worldwide, but kind of took it to the popular culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he got it more in the media, more with, you know, music and fashion and everything. Then now Ronaldo's kind of taken both those things and became the biggest with like the timing. I think that Ronaldo had was perfect because he's able to capitalize on what everybody else kind of paved the way, right?
That's
Like
true.
Spatty was saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's a
just
great
that
way to
it's
put
just
it.
that whoever brings something different to the plate. Like not saying that England didn't have football back then, but you know the way Pele, the way Brazilians played, like you
It's
know what I mean,
different.
it's different. So when people saw, it, it's like, oh shit, like what the hell is this?
Mm.
When Jordan started playing, it's like, who the hell is this guy? Like he's doing shit like no one's done before.
Mm-hmm.
Messi's doing shit that no one's done before. Like it's whenever there's something new, something different,
Mhm.
it's gonna like change the sport for the next like 10 years.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be someone coming up next that's gonna change it all. But right now, I know it's always like some who started it, who started before him, who was before him, was before him.
It's like one of those things where it's like
Yeah.
even if you try to talk about who's the best player of all time, you're always gonna have these different generations debates
Yeah.
because you can't compare like what Pele did to what Ronaldo is doing because it was totally different generations. Like
Yeah,
you
and
can't
like
say, oh, Ronaldo has more followers than Pele on Instagram.
Like
Well,
who
yeah,
influenced?
obviously, like,
Maybe Beckham influenced Ronaldo,
you know.
but who influenced Beckham? Who influenced
yeah.
Pele? Like you know what I mean? Like it's somewhere.
No one.
No
Pele
one
was the
influenced
first, bro.
Pele.
Yeah.
Pele was
He
the
was
first.
the OG,
OG,
you
bro.
know.
Who are you
Yeah.
guys choosing? Let's finish it off like this.
Yeah, go.
Pele, bro. That's
I'm
all I
thinking
gotta say,
Pele
bro.
too. If you think about it,
you didn't think of
Bro,
that
I
until
convinced
Matthews.
him, bro.
no.
I convinced him,
After
man.
I remember watching the
No, but it
I
when it
remember
comes
watching
down
the
to
Netflix
when
video,
when no,
it
but
was
like
true.
I don't know what the way Jay was mentioning it, who like the way influential worldwide.
Pele.
Now I feel like it can be in Beckham or Ronaldo.
Pele, Jordan,
I feel like if you think about it, and the way that Pele had to grow the game in such a way that there was no social media, there was no like telephones, there was nothing. TVs were just
it was still in black and white, bro.
Yeah, still
but
black and white,
again,
bro.
if
And
we were
people-
to-
sepia filter,
people
bro.
were
What you
watching
mean?
him in Europe. People were watching him all around the world. They
Insane.
yeah,
knew
but
him.
you can't just say that because there's no like if we didn't have the internet or Wi-Fi or anything now, I'm sure other players would step up and do the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the way that he had such a pull with so little resources
I have a
at
question,
his
though.
disposal.
Because he brought something
Do you,
different.
do you think
Yeah,
he was like
course.
that like so popular because people didn't get to see him like that often? Like they only
It's
got to
because he was so great.
yeah, no, but I know. Like they got to see him like because I don't think people are gonna be watching
Like imagine
the
Messi
Brazilian league.
wasn't on TV.
If you were to see Messi only at a World Cup, I'm guessing they only saw most people saw him only at World Cups and stuff. You see these insane players. You don't think? I feel like they would obviously have like this huge, like enormous
Like
pull.
tickets would over like you know what I mean. Like if you
Which-
want to see this one guy, like you have to go watch him in person. You
Yeah.
can't watch him on TV.
which helped out Pele.
I mean, people were watching him on television, but it wasn't as readily available, obviously, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
what I'm
That's
saying.
influence, though.
I no. I'm
Millions
backing
are
Pele.
coming to
I'm
watch
backing
him play.
Pele. I'm saying that. I'm just saying like that probably helped a lot because they only got to see greatness every so often
But that's influence.
instead of seeing them
That's
every
influence.
week in week out. Like
The Pele, like Matt was saying, Pele had to go on world tours.
Yeah.
Just to, they were begging him just to come play football
Mm-hmm.
during his off seasons. He would come and go and play.
I'm sure a lot of players get the same thing.
Yeah, but
they do, but
They do.
it's back then it's just different. It's
back
different.
then there was no player. There was no one who did that.
It's
Yeah, like again, it's always
Now,
like,
yeah, because there's social media. Okay, you gonna come? Okay, we'll sponsor you. We'll come.
but
Back
play-
then, there was legit no one did that.
Mm-hmm.
Of a footballer getting flown, doing world tours to see him play soccer.
You think
Yeah.
Maradona had that kind of pull?
Yes, man.
Mm,
Girls would run into the pitch and try to like touch him, get touched by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
a different kind of pull. Like he was kind of like, you know, like a rock star.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he was kind of in that kind of rock star era where it's like he was like
He
a
was more
footballer
like
rock
he was more
star.
leaning towards like like get my
Getting into that-
my face
yeah.
is like the new thing. Like Pele is more than just football.
Yeah.
Maradona is more like on my face is like the new brand. Like he's starting
Yeah.
his own thing. Like
And then Beckham kind of
but like,
took that and
someone
blew
might
up.
have been after Maradona and going on forward. Like you know what I mean. But it's
and then
always,
there's gonna be someone who's gonna come after Ronaldo who's gonna be the biggest thing in like the metaverse.
So who's that gonna be now?
You know?
Mbappe.
Mbappe?
No,
Yeah.
there's gonna be someone after
Mbappe?
Mbappe. Mbappe's gonna kind of be like that mid,
Xavi
Yeah.
Simons?
that mid guy, and there's gonna be someone we don't even know about yet who's gonna be like the biggest thing,
Pedri?
and it's gonna be like big in the metaverse, and it's like you know what I mean. There's stuff we don't even know about.
Endrick.
You know what I mean? Like when Pele was the biggest thing, no one thought, oh, in 10 years from now, or in 20, 30 years from now, there's gonna be some guy,
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo's gonna have the most Instagram followers. Like what's Instagram?
What's
No
Instagram?
one knew what it was.
yeah.
You know, there's always gonna be something new, and
That's
the
true.
influence is gonna change based on what's happening in the world. Right?
Mm-hmm. Final answers?
Crazy.
Yeah.
There's no I don't know. It's always based on the decade,
It's all subjective.
the century, you know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be what's life like now, like whatever's gonna be today, like who influenced today, like right now, like
Who
the
are you guys
most
choosing?
recent. That's most recency. So
I think the way I'm thinking is who had the biggest, effect in their their generation, and
Biggest ripple effect.
yeah, in the way that obviously you can't compare generation by generation, but what they did in their generation.
so at that point, there's no such thing. Why would you even ask the question? Who's the most influential? It's gonna, at the end of the day, it's just gonna be whoever started it from the beginning.
Yeah, whoever
No.
whoever kind of started that first ripple
Yes.
would be Pele.
Yeah.
Who's the
And
best
then-
basketball player of all time? Who started it all?
Kareem.
You can say Jordan. You
Okay,
can say a lot
so
of people
then
say
nothing
Magic.
Bill Russell.
A lot of people say Bill thing. What's his name?
What?
Johnson, Magic Johnson.
Oh, Magic.
Bill Johnson.
I thought you were going to say
Oh,
Bill
then you have
Gates.
LeBron
People
James.
say-
You know
people
what I
say
mean? Who's
LeBron
like, you know
James,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's always gonna be like that in every sport, but it's like if you're looking at the ripple effect, it's always gonna be who started that initial ripple. Like, because you know what I mean. Like, you're never gonna get bigger than that first kind of person that globalized the sport. Like
They
the thing,
can.
like you can obviously, like if you're looking at it from like a numbers game, like Messi and Ronaldo have obviously grew the sport by being so great now, because there's definitely way more people watching football now and way more fans of the game because of those two players than there ever was in the 90s. You know what I mean? So like in terms of a numbers game, it's definitely the players that are playing now, but that's because of that initial
Yeah.
effect.
So who's
Right.
your guy?
So,
we're
tech-
going
so
around in circles here. End of the
technically
day,
it's Pele,
the
yeah.
way Jay worded it and how he's talking about it, it's gonna be either
It's different.
Ronaldo or David Beckham. If it's you're talking about the global sport and how the sport
it's
grew,
Pele.
sure, Pele.
Yeah. So all three
Okay.
answers are right.
yeah.
Sure, yeah. I'm okay with
You agree, Jay?
Who you got then?
that.
Ronaldo.
It's tough. I think no. I have different like things like from like a new generation. It has to. I can't do both generations combined. It's different. It's completely different. They influence differently. Pele for I would say like pre 80s, and then after. If I was to give someone after the 90s, it's Ronaldo.
Participation awards, bro.
What do you say, Jay?
Just pick one.
I
Pick
can't.
one,
I can't.
bro.
You can't. So there's some of these answers you can't answer because you can answer it so differently. Like there's no correct answer.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll probably say Pele.
So first you're saying Beckham, now you're saying Pele.
Yeah, that's how arguments happen.
Yeah,
know,
it's
man.
You can
hard,
switch your
it's hard
opinion.
to disagree with Pele. Though.
You can
It
switch
is.
your opinion.
Well, I don't know. I didn't live in that era, so I can't say exactly how he influenced me. But in my time, he hasn't influenced me in football. Because I don't look at Pele and see like he influenced me to play this way or to dress this way or to look this way.
Of course.
or
But
live
the
this
question
way.
was, who hasn't influenced
Yeah.
you the most?
He's
Yeah, the question is
Yeah,
who's
that
the
wasn't
most
my question.
influence. You can think of someone back
yeah,
then.
but look,
They-
look
they-
but
you
ask people today. Ask people
But
today.
you can ask someone back.
ask-
You can ask someone back then who lived through that and is seeing what
Okay.
happens right now with Ronaldo.
But
And what if they say Pele?
Who's the bigger population now when it comes to age group?
What? What does that have to do with anything?
You can ask a
You're saying-
50-year-old,
you're
but
s-
you can ask like these 20-year-olds who's
No,
most
you're
influential.
you're saying you haven't seen Pele play, so you're going with Ronaldo. But what if someone who has seen Pele and Ronaldo play?
But
Then
you're saying,
Exactly,
you're-
yeah,
but
you
you're-
gotta
but we're-
ask
but
older
we're
kids.
saying,
Does their
but we're
opinion
saying-
warrant more
But we're
then?
saying globally, who has more followers, Pele or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, because of social media, yeah,
Okay,
of course.
so he reaches out to more people.
But you said that you don't know how Pele played, so you're saying Ronaldo.
But the question is, who's more influential globally, not just in football?
But if someone who's seen Pele and Ronaldo play,
So globally,
yeah,
we're not just talking about only Pele people or Pele fans or Ronaldo
I'm,
fans.
I'm
We're saying
saying
globally.
someone who's watched Pele play.
Okay, but
What if-
the
what if-
question's globally.
Yeah, okay. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. I'm saying someone who's maybe. Would you say then someone who's seen both of them play, and would their opinion merit more weight
There's no answer to this.
I don't see why not.
because they've seen both play? I guess.
But
you know
then
what I
they
mean?
could be like a little biased too because
Right?
of what they grew up with.
So
So,
it is very.
kinda
Everyone's
iffy.
gonna go with what they grew up with. It's just what you do. No one's gonna go with someone from the past when you have.
I did.
A couple people just
No. I'm
Yeah,
saying-
because
I'm
you're
saying-
Brazilian and you're that too. Because you grew up watching him, like you have that. Maybe you did watch some videos, but there's people out there who know who Pele is, and I didn't grow up watching videos or it wasn't told stories about Pele. Like, you know what I mean?
But you don't have to. You just got to know the name.
Not really. The name could
It's
just be whatever.
influential.
I know Pele is a great player. Pele is influential, but I didn't grow up looking at him like, oh, he's influenced my life. He's a player like
You don't have to, but if you ask the average person,
the average person
the
wouldn't
most
say Pele.
influential athletes were up there.
If you ask people today, I bet you they will not say Pele over Ronaldo
A lot of us didn't see Jordan play. You would still say Jordan as the best basketball player ever.
because a lot of people talk about him. I don't see a lot of
A lot
people
of
talking about
people
Pele
talk
this
about Pele.
today. Today, you hear a lot of people talking about Pele.
You can still hear people talk about Pele.
You hear people talking about it. Not everyone talks about him, though.
I mean, we talked about him like last week or like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
ago.
because we're a football podcast. That's all we talk about, man. Like, what do you think? You're Brazilian. You talk
course.
about him every single time. Is Pele in the news?
Why would he?
Because he's influential. He should always be on the news.
Actually, yeah, he is.
Not right
Because
now.
whenever someone's goal record comes up,
That's
Pele's name is brought up.
Okay, but is everyone talking about how Pele's life's going on right now?
Well, I
Yeah,
think-
when he's
yeah,
sick.
When he's
Yeah.
sick, yeah.
Okay, wow. Look at Ronaldo. Like he talk about everything that happened in his life.
Still
Well,
playing.
he's active now.
So exactly. So he's influential. He's influencing people right now in the world.
Okay.
Okay, that's the question. Now is answered.
Who's more influential now? It's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the world right now.
All
yes.
time though.
Yeah. We're
But,
talking about
but
now.
all time, you can ask people today, and they'll still probably say Ronaldo.
There's no answer.
No.
We don't know. We don't know.
You
We
know,
don't know the
I'm
fact,
choosing
Yeah,
Pele.
some people might.
We all have our
But my
opinions.
choice is Pele.
My choice is Pele.
You're gonna say yeah.
There's no wrong
that's-
answer.
There's no wrong
It's
answer.
not because I'm Brazilian. It's
They can definitely be. You're saying you can maybe say that, but definitely not.
but if you do your research and
But
Yeah.
no one sits on. No one does the research. Not everyone has this research.
no, that's why it's my choice.
Yeah, I get it. But like I'm saying, like because of you guys know the Pele history, you guys know the Pele
Yeah.
from birth. Like everyone knows that, but everyone knows that Pele is a great footballer. But no one knows what Pele really did when he went these global tours.
So that means the people that don't are uneducated.
maybe, but
Yeah.
people did their education and other stuff. I'm sure they can sway their opinions either or.
Yeah.
But at just end of the day, people aren't educated.